Hello everyone, Jules here. Today I'd like to show an oracle deck that I have had a few requests about, and it is called the 13 Moon Oracle, and I'm showing it today because it is often in the background of my videos. And behind me here there is a moon board showing 13 phases of the moon, and I've got it there in the background because I like the moon board anyway, but I'm not bringing it close to the camera because it's a bit too large. So I've got it here in the background so you can see the moon board, and to the other side of the moon board is the box that the moon board comes in, and the moon board can be folded up and put into the box. So the box is reasonably large as well, about this big, so that's why I've got it all together in the background so you can see that. And I'll show you the book. Here is the book, and you can see the book's quite large as well. This was created by Ariel Spilsbury about 10 years ago, and she has also created one other oracle as well. It's called the 13 Moon Oracle because it's about the 13 phases of the moon, and there is a goddess corresponding to each of the 13 moon phases for the month. And this book has got about 200 pages, and it's quite detailed, and it's got coloured pictures in here. It's got correspondences for each of the 13 moon phases and each of the 13 goddesses. It's got sacred geometry. It's got invocations and poems for the elements as well. And on the back here it shows the 13 moon goddess cards, and I'm going to show you those in a moment. And this set is not all that easy to get, and it is a bit expensive. It's expensive because it's not only the card set with the book, it's also a set that includes 4 CDs for each of the 13 moon goddesses. So the cost is covering the book, the cards, and there are 39 cards. So for each of the 13 moon goddesses there are 2 other cards, so there's 3 cards for each of the 13 moon goddesses. So that's 39 cards, plus the 4 CDs with guided meditations for each of the goddesses. And the cards are quite beautiful, and I'll show you those in a moment. And the book, as I was saying, is quite detailed and it has all the correspondences in here. And I'll just show you a picture of the actual moon board diagram that's in here, because it might be a bit easier than the board at the back. See how this picture corresponds to the board at the back. So there's all of the moon phases. There are symbols for each of the goddesses down here, and there's keywords. There is the sacred geometry symbol for each goddess and moon phase. And they're also tied in with colours for each of the sacred geometry shapes as well. So it's a set that can be used as an oracle, or it can be used as a kind of goddess course where you could learn about each of the goddesses. So it is quite a substantial book and quite a substantial set. And it's got journal questions in here. You could probably spend a whole year on this if you wanted to. It's really quite a substantial set and very, very well done. So I'll just show you the cards now. Oh, and these are each of, it comes with 3 brass tokens, so that instead of using and shuffling the cards and choosing the cards, you can choose either, I think it's up to one to 3 cards. And the brass tokens look like this. This one is, I hope you can see it, maybe not. This one is the labyrinth token. And this one is the triskelion for the triple goddess. And there is another one for the crescent moon. And the idea of those is, instead of choosing cards, or as well as, you can use the tokens to randomly throw one on the moon board, and where it lands, you can then read the information in the book. And the other thing too, in the book, there is coloured pictures all through the book. There is a coloured picture for the cards, for all the cards, all 39 cards, and there is a divination meaning for each of the cards, and there is also a guided kind of meaning for each, or a meditation meaning for each card too. So these are brass tokens. So that might be another reason why the set is a bit expensive, and I think it's hard to get. I don't think there were many sets published, and I think it's published by Mandala Publishing, so I think it's probably a rather small publishing company. So I'll just show you the cards now. The cardstock is fairly good, and these are like an oracle size. Here's the back of the cards. So I'm going to show you the goddess cards first of all. So here is the Great Mother, and these have a matte finish. Great Mother, and it has the symbol for the colour and the sacred geometry up in the corner. So the Great Mother. Goddess of Compassion. Priestess, the Priestess. It's a bit of a multicultural deck. Creator, Destroyer. So this is like the triple goddess, and this is Goddess Kali as the Destroyer. The Lady of Communion, which is really to do with Goddess Diana or Artemis, and it's usually associated with the crescent moon. The Muse, Goddess of Love, the Primal Goddess, the Initiator, Wise Woman, the Weaver Dreamer, the Queen of Death, and the Alchemical Goddess, which is also on the cover of the box and the book, and this is representing all 13 goddesses. So this card is like the culmination of the goddess system, the Alchemical Goddess. Now I'm going to show you some of the cards that are associated with the different goddesses as well. So this one is Transmit. Focus, which has a crystal skull on here. And there's some small keywords and explanations underneath the main heading on the cards. Structure. Fulfillment. And these cards are colour coded with the sacred geometry as well. So these cards match up to the different goddesses and the different moon phases. So it's fulfillment. Spontaneity. Butterflies. Passion. a line. Catalyze. Clarify. Attune. Synchronicity. This one has the whirling dervishes. Release. Unknown. I quite like the sacred geometry of this card set too. Unknown. And transmute, which has the peacock, which is a symbol that is quite often associated with alchemy and alchemical change. So I really like that. And I think this is a kind of firebird or phoenix here. So I really like this card. So transmute is a good word for that card. So there's some of the cards from the 13 Moon Oracle by Ariel Spilsbury, and I'll put the details below the video. So I hope people enjoyed seeing that deck and that set, as well as the moon board and book. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.